For the first question, it asks us to find the missing side of the given triangle. This is a review. We're going to use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We are going to use the legs for a and b. And the hypotenuse, that longest side, is by itself. Then we're going to calculate it. 8 squared is 64. 16 squared is 256. Does anybody know how to get x squared alone now that I've gotten 8 squared simplified and 16 squared simplified? Subtract the 64. That makes 192. Then to get rid of the power, we square root it. That will give us a decimal. So rather than typing in the decimal, I'm just going to enter it as the square root of 192. For our triangle on the right side, there's not an x. But there's a blank. We make that side an x. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. My legs go in for a and b, so I have a leg of 6 and a leg that's 13. The hypotenuse needs to be placed alone where the c is. I can enter 6 squared plus 13 squared in on my calculator. 6 squared plus 13 squared is 205. I don't have to add or subtract anything. I now can square root, which also gives me a decimal. I'm just going to enter it in as the square root of 205. Oh, sorry. Why did I have to subtract the 64 on this one, but on the right side, I didn't have to subtract it, just kind of combined to make the number.
Is it because you're finding what it's equal to?
Yeah, we're finding what it's equal to. That one was equal to,
256.
what one was this one equal to?
X.
X squared. X was already alone. Yeah, X was alone over there, so I didn't have to move anything. On the left one, X had that 64, so we had to move it. It wasn't alone. Example 2. The side lengths of a triangle are 3, 4, and 5. Is the triangle a right triangle? I'm going to test using a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Which one is the longest side in the list? 5 is the longest. So I'm going to have it by itself. And then I'm going to plug the 3 and the 4 in. Three squared plus 4 squared is 25. 5 squared is also 25. Do you think that it is a right triangle if it ends up saying 25 equals 25? Yes, that is a true statement. Example 3. Is it a right triangle? Be very careful. They give you the list of 2, 4, and 3. Which is the longest side? Four is the longest. I'm going to check 2 squared plus 3 squared, that'd be 4 plus 9. 4 squared is 16. Is that a true statement? 13 is not equal to 16, so this is not a right triangle. Example 4. When we look at our image, we're trying to find the missing side. I know that from F to D, it's 18. It's kind of hard to see, but that's an 18. And I'm trying to find what V to U equals. And it has these markings, which means that U is in the middle, and V is in the middle, which makes this a mid-segment. The segment is in the middle of the triangle. Does anybody want to take a guess at what the length will be of this V to U section? What do you think?
9.
How'd you get 9?
It's half of 18.
Half of 18. It's in the middle. Mid-segment means cut in half. 9. Good job. On our right top, it gives us 14. What will I to H equal? 7. Cut the base in half to find that mid-segment, the middle segment. What if they give me that this little mid-segment is a 3? What will the base equal? Six? Did you already fill these in? Is that why you're so quiet? If this is a 6, then this will be a 12. Are there any questions before we go to the next page and start doing some algebra? No? Alright, turn the page. In example 5, you will notice that on each problem we're only given 2 expressions. We're given 2 expressions, and we have 2 expressions, and we are going to end up skipping. We're going to skip this one. I'm going to set up an equation so that I can find x, and then I'm going to see if anybody can tell what I did. Right. This is how I would set up an equation to solve for x. Why did the green one change, but the blue one stayed the same? What do you think?
You doubled the green one to equal the same amount as the base because you're doubling the mid-segment?
Yeah, perfect. So because it's the mid-segment in the middle, I'm stretching it out and doubling it so they're the same size. That's why the green one's the only one that changes. We're changing the green to fit the same size as the blue. Alright, we're going to solve. I'm going to subtract this x. That would give me 1x plus 38 equals, those are gone, 28 minus the 38, and it says that x is a negative 10. On your homework, and you go down, you try and submit it, and it's like, nope, negative 10 is wrong, because it wants you to find wx. Where's wx? Wx is right here. What is negative 10 plus 19? It will equal 9. Is there anything weird, or do you have any questions about what just happened?
So I get how to solve it, but I didn't understand the 38, how you got the 38. Is it?
Oh, that 38?
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
So 2 times x is 2x, and then 19 doubled is the 38. Another way you can look at it, I'll draw it off to the side because it kind of looks a little bit weird. The blue piece is x plus 28, and the green piece is x plus 19. So if I need to get it to fit, I need another one. I need two of them. So then when I combine them together, that makes the two x's, and 19 plus 19 makes the 38.
Okay.
So if it helps to visualize this, you can use it to build, because now they're equal and
So the next one's gonna be like 2x plus 46
yeah.
equals x plus negative 35. Or is that plus 35?
2x plus 46. Okay. And then you said it equals what?
Equals 35. X plus 35.
Good. Yeah. Now they're equal in sides by doubling that green one. I'm going to take away the x. Minus the 46. And there's the x. Where is EC? EC is this bottom one right there. What is negative 11 plus 35? 24? Alright, who wants to double this mid segment? Wanna try?
Me?
Yeah, you wanna try doubling it? What's this?
I can't see it. I would if I could see it. I can't
Okay,
see it.
what if I tell you? What happens when you double 2x?
You do 4x.
And what if you have minus 12?
Would it be like minus 8?
Make two of them. What's 12 and 12 together? Yes. Perfect. Then it equals the base, which is 2x minus 10. This one I leave alone. That one I double. That looks a little weird. Alright, so let's minus that 2x. Add the 24. Uh-oh, this one's different than our other one. What do we do? Do you remember what we do? Yeah. Divide by 2. We don't want that 2 on the x. X is 7. H to J. H to J is that one. What is 2 times 7? 14. Take away 10. That gives us a 4. The only reason you should have phones out is if you're using it as a calculator. Are there any questions? How many expressions were there? We only had 2. We only had 2. When we go to example 6, on example 6 we now have that this is an 8, this is a 24, this is a 4, and this is a 3x minus 3. There are now 4. So I need to write it as a proportion. We'll see if these look familiar. I'm going to write 8 over 24 equals 4 over 3x minus 3. I want you to look at the triangle and see if that makes sense. 8 over 24 is my pattern I set up myself, and then I copy that pattern. 4 over 3x minus 3. From here, you'll want to use calculator. We're going to cross multiply. 4 times 24 equals 96. Is there anything else connected? Is there add or a plus sign next to the 24 or the 4? There's no other terms. That's the only thing I multiply for that. Then I cross multiply here. 8 times 3 is 24. It's going to have an x on it. Then I have 8 times negative 3 is going to be a negative 24. Solve for x. Divide. I go on to my homework assignment to check what I am finding. It's asking me to find 3x minus 3. I've only found x. I have not found 3x minus 3, so I'm going to plug that 5 in. $15 minus 3 is 12. Who thinks that they could set up the example on the right? What'd you get?
10 over 45.
Okay.
And then equals 4 over 12x minus 18.
Perfect. Good. Why don't you try and cross multiply it, and then we'll ask someone who feels good about it to answer what the next line will be once you cross multiply it. Once you're done, if you feel comfortable sharing, raise your hand. What'd you get?
Got 180 equals 120x minus 180.
That is correct. What now? Add the 180. Divide. And I check. I go to type it in for my homework. It's asking for x. It's 3. Don't have to do anything. I don't have to plug in. It's a 3. Questions on the proportions? Okay. Alright, these next ones, I don't know why or what makes it this way, but it's either really, really easy for some people or really, really hard. So if you find this difficult, you're probably not the only one in here. So don't stress. We can do it another way. How many triangles are in this picture? It's a trick question. You can see 2, but there are actually 3 of them because why? 1, 2. What's the third one? Together.
Yeah.
Together they make a triangle. So there are 3 triangles. I'm going to draw them out and separate them. So I try and make it exaggerated. I like the small one on the bottom. The small leg is on the bottom. And then I'm going to fill in the sides. So looking at the legs, H and 16, which leg looks shorter? Which leg is the short leg? H is the short leg, 16 is the long leg, and what would the diagonal be? A. Okay, cool. I pulled that triangle out, it's done. What about this? What if I have leg H and the leg 9? Which one is short? That leg's the shorter one. 9 is short. And then I have an H, and the diagonal is the letter B. The big triangle, I have leg A, and I have leg B. Which one is the short? B is short. A is the long. Whoa, what's the diagonal? Huh? 16 plus 9. What is 16 plus 9? 25. The reason I take these triangles out is because it helps me set up my proportion. Do you see how we're looking for the letter H? Scan through. When you look at it, where are the H's? The letter H's. Is there an H on this green triangle? Nope. No H there. What about on this one? Is there an H? There's an H. Where's my other H? Right here. So if this H and this H are given, those are my two, I'm going to set up a proportion with the same locations on the triangles. So 16 over H from the red one, and the purple will be H over 9. You want the same letter. When you cross multiply, that gives me H squared equals 16 times 9. Square root to get rid of that power. And I get that H is a 12. Where are the A's? Okay. And A. So I have that diagonal piece that I'm going to use, and I have this left leg that I need to use. So if I do 16 over the A, the green one will be A over 25. Sixteen times 25 is 400. Square root that, and it equals 20. Who thinks they could set up for B? These are hard. Anybody think they could try setting up for B? B's on the purple. What would the fraction be for purple?
It would be 9 over B and then B over 25.
Okay, 9 over B. 9 over B for the purple. Then you went to the green. And what did you say?
B over 25.
B over 25. That's good. Perfect. B times B is B squared. 9 times 25. Square root is 15. Yeah.
Doesn't matter which goes on top. Like say you can get like B or
It doesn't matter. What matters is you do not want different letters. You want to make sure they're the same letters. Try the example on the right. Let's start with you filling in the triangles. Fill in that first triangle with the H, the 25, and the A. Is H or 25 shorter?
Is what?
Which one's short?
The 25.
Alright, I have the purple H and 144. Try and fill it in. Which one's shorter? H is shorter. 144 is the long leg, and the diagonal is B. Now the big triangle, the full triangle. Fill in the short leg, long leg, and the diagonal. What happened? Were you okay?
Was on for some reason.
Oh, that's okay. I thought you were whatting the problem. Who felt pretty good about the triangles? Huh? Oh no. Alright. What is the setup for H? Who can set up the H for the red triangle? What would you do?
H over 25 and 24
H over 25. Who can set the H up for the purple? Someone else. The purple H.
44 maybe.
44 over H. Good. That gives me H times H is H squared. 25 times 144. Ooh. Square root it. And you get 60. Who can set up the red triangle for the letter A? What'd you put?
A over 25 equals.
Wait. I'm gonna have somebody else do the other one. A over 25. Alright. The other A is green. What'd you set up?
169 over 8.
A times A is A squared. 25 times 169 is square root of that. 65. And my last letter is B. B's on the purple one. What did you put? For B? 144 over B. The other B is green. What did you do for the green one?
169 or B over 69.
B over 169. And when you multiply, it gives you the B squared. $144 times 169. Square root it. That is a big number. $156. If this last example gave you a very difficult time, do that first, and then work backwards to the homework. But you have the rest of class to ask me any questions. Yes.